Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to what must be one of the weirdest videos I've ever had to record. Obviously at the moment we're in the middle of the coronavirus lockdown in Australia, and it's the most bizarre time that I can remember. I've never experienced anything like it in my entire life. One of the weirdest things is right now I'm driving out of Sydney at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, and there's virtually no traffic at all. It's absolutely bizarre. I'm sorry that there hasn't been a video for a while. Things have been pretty chaotic, as you can imagine. My family circumstances are a bit unusual. I'm taking some time off work at the moment, which was booked well before the coronavirus craziness really got going. I'm still taking time off work for various reasons. My wife has a autoimmune disease, so she's got a weakened immune system, which kind of makes it even more important that we are very careful about bringing any of the virus into the house. So we're doing our best not to do that, but it's just been absolutely bizarre times, and it looks like it's going to be continuing to be bizarre times for a considerable period of time. It's definitely going to be months, not weeks, and that's quite scary to contemplate, being locked up in your house without normal business going on, without the normal economy continuing. It's actually very, very scary, very scary. So those of you who are new to the channel, my name's Simon. I've got a back catalogue of about 160 videos featuring various exotic and rare cars. I'll put links to the playlists up here, so go and investigate those. But I'm just taking a little drive out of Sydney, really just to get some headspace. I think this is one of the issues that's going to cause people a lot of problems, is actually dealing with the mental health consequences of having this lockdown, because it's going to be a struggle for even the strongest people, I think, and those who may have, particularly weak or weaker mental health reserves and coping strategies and things like that. I think it's going to be a real challenge. So let's keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't last too long. So we're in the Royal National Park, south of Sydney, or the Nashar, as it's often referred to. Actually, there's quite a funny Facebook page called "Help, I Binned My Car in the Nasho." You should check that out. Anyway, so really bizarre times in everybody's lives right now. What can you say? The whole country's gone into lockdown. We're not quite as bad as some countries. We still have some shops open. We're still allowed to go out in limited numbers. But I think that may well change at some point in the very near future. So it's nice to get the top down, have a bit of fresh air, get away from the 24/7 news cycle, which is relentless at the moment. So very, very, very strange times. I hope you guys are all surviving. I hope you're all safe. As I say, I'm sorry I haven't been able to put out a video before this. Really, it's been a bit crazy. But anyway, let's get an update on the cars, and I can tell you what's happening. So the Ferrari 360 in Modena, as you know, I bought that back in December, and unfortunately it's back in the shop again. Now, the story behind that is that I had quite a bit of work done at Andrea's, as you know, not that long ago. So we had the air conditioning compressor done, the gearbox heat exchanger replaced, various other little bits and pieces done. The rear shocks were done. It was a massive bill. Australian dollars, just under 15. These are all things that needed to be done, so it's not like it's elective work being done here. It's just stuff that had to be done. It's disappointing in a way that you buy a car from a dealer and it ends up still costing you 20 grand before it's fixed. Well, it's going to cost even more than that, because I'll tell you what's happening. Oh, now this is rather beautiful. This is Audley Weir. So let's get out and take some pictures. So this is Audley Weir. The cars go across this road here, and it actually floods when we've had a lot of rain. This will actually flood, and this is closed and people can't get through, so it's actually quite a major issue. I'd like to see it in flood. It would be interesting to see the water going across here when it's flooded. You see there's a little exit out there where the water can flow through normally, but when there are significant floods, it will actually just overtop this causeway, and blocks the road. It's quite picturesque. It's beautiful. So the Ferrari, ever since I've had it back from Andrea, it's not been right. It's been really off, and it's not issues that Andrea knew about, but there were things that I thought I was going to be able to leave until much later, but I'm not going to be able to leave it till much later. The two things are a grinding noise when changing gear, which sounds awful. It might be a baffle in the exhaust, but I think it might be something far more serious than that. And the other thing is a kind of jerking sound and sensation when you ease off the accelerator. Often in first or second, when you're going downhill, it will just kind of clonk, 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 as if it's kind of backlash in the transmission. So this morning I took it over to North Shore Ferrari in Roseville, to their service centre. I used to take the Maserati there. It's part of the Ferrari Maserati dealership, and decided to get them to have a look at it, because I know it's going to be expensive, but I want it done, 100%. And so took the guy Jonathan out for a drive, and when we got back, he put it up on the hoist. They've got a fantastic facility there. I'll link up here to a video I did when I took the Maserati, and it's absolutely spectacular service center. Anyway, the issue is probably that the synchros have worn on some of the gears. That means that the gearbox is going to have to come off, and the clunking noise, which I referred to, is probably a failed differential. So it's going to be massively expensive to put this right, but has to be done. But as I say, it's really disappointing when you spend that much money on a car from a dealer, and then within 3 months you've got to end up spending 30 or 40 grand more to put it right. It's really disappointing and very sobering, quite frankly. Anyway, from the beautiful surrounds of Audley Weir, that's just about it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like up there. Is it there? I can't remember. We'll put it there. Smash that like. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter here. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.